Well, next we'll be going up for the second heat of the K-1 men 500 meters. Here's the lineup, you can see there. 6 paddlers making up this race. First we'll go straight through to final A. The rest of them will go into the semi-final. We'll see Juan Lopez from Puerto Rico in lane 2. Another Finn, Miika NYKÄNEN in lane 3. As they just make their way over to the start line, you can see Johnny Boyton there, the British paddler. We'll see him a little bit later on in the third and final heat. These paddlers in the second heat will be starting shortly. We've got the Algerian Samir LAOUAR in 4, Slovenian Jost ZAKRAJSEK in lane 5, from Uruguay Sebastián DELGADO in 6, and the Hungarian Márk BÁRDFALVI, who looked so good in the K2 earlier this morning. He will be in lane 7, battling against the wind, which is coming across now pretty strongly, slowing down the paddlers. It'll be the really tough, strong paddlers that make it through here, and he's going to have his work cut out in lane 7, because there he is. Despite being a tough, strong paddler, he'll have the worst of the wind, particularly as he gets down to the last 200 meters. But he can't do anything about that, and one of the things that these paddlers learn is to just control the controllables, to stay focused on their job, and that's what they'll be doing now. You can see the Uruguayan Delgado there in picture. Looked strong earlier today in the 1,000-meter heats, but this is the 500, the shorter event. This particular event is not Olympic, but the K4 will be in Tokyo. So it's going to become more and more competitive as we go through the years. Good start there from Delgado in lane 6, looking strong, as did lane 7. That's the Hungarian who paddled so well early this morning in the K2. That typical Hungarian swinging style, using those big muscles of the back, accelerating that stroke, a bow lurching out of the water and really beginning to get on top of the other paddlers. We can see him in picture there, just having a quick look round. Lane 3 in the cap, that's the Finnish paddler. Finn's going well here at this regatta. He's just moving up, making the most of the better conditions over that side of the course, and he wants to send a message to the Hungarian in lane 7 to say, I'm here, I'm going to push you right the way to the end.
E então o atleta da Hungria a passar em primeiro lugar, ele que já está apurado para a final do K2 500 metros, ele que faz K2 com o Zoltán Kammerer, aqui com uma distância de cerca de um barco de vantagem para o atleta da Finlândia, Miika NYKÄNEN. Este Márk BÁRDFALVI da Hungria, 24 anos de idade, foi finalista no europeu. Aqui está ele e está apurado para a final do K2 500 metros. Um sério candidato a medalhas nesta primeira Taça do Mundo da época 2017, numa pista difícil, pista 7, o atleta da Ucrânia a cruzar a água como se nada fosse, destacado no primeiro lugar, e vai terminar a prova com apuramento direto. 1:42.05, 2 segundos mais rápido do que a eliminatória anterior, 2 segundos mais rápido do que Oleg Kukarek. Segundo lugar para Miika NYKÄNEN, e em terceiro lugar do Uruguai, o Sebastián DELGADO.
Well, it's 2 races in one race there, really. There's the race for the first place to get through to the A final, and Márk BÁRDFALVI took that, the Hungarian in picture, over the Finnish paddler in lane 3, Miika NYKÄNEN. And then the rest of the paddlers really had settled after a brisk start, settled. They'll be happy to go through to the semi-final. They didn't want to wear themselves out in a battle to try and get that first place. Delgado, he was the best of the rest in 3rd place. Got away to a good start, but couldn't stay with the pressure and backed off halfway down the course. And here you can see the Hungarian in lane 7, that typical Hungarian style, really leaning on the blade, swinging his weight around the blade, keeping the weight on top of the paddle to lift the boat out of the water with every stroke. Just having a quick look round a couple of times there to see where the Finnish paddler is, and just doing enough really to get through. You can see him swinging his weight around, driving that boat forwards, quickly looking around, make sure of his position. We saw in the K2 this morning, he's in great form at this regatta.
Então este bonito slow motion do atleta da Hungria a vencer sem contestação, uma técnica muito apurada. Aqui está ele, 24 anos de idade. E o tempo 1:42.212. 2 segundos e 4 décimos mais rápido do que Miika NYKÄNEN e também mais rápido, 2 segundos e 4 décimos, do que o Oleg Kukarek da Ucrânia. Sebastián DELGADO do Uruguai foi o terceiro classificado, Samir LAOUAR da Argélia o quarto, Jost ZAKRAJSEK da Eslovénia o quinto e Juan LOPEZ de Porto Rico não alinhou para esta eliminatória do K1 500 metros.